special guest, Luke Stone, who's going to be judging the videos for a certain degree, because if he doesn't like what he sees, he's going to give a thumbs down, and we're going to stop the video. So this is Crowdfunding Report 2020, where there's a bit of pressure. You creators have got to survive the guest to have your entire video played. And I bet you if you play music, it's Luke's choice, but if it's just music, we'll have to see if Luke wants to sit around and just listen to a tune. So we're going to start off right now with a tale that's about to end in just 35 minutes of filming this. But here it is, Make 100, Tales of Empowered #2, a second anthology. And let's see, will Luke let it play fully and give us his opinions? Or will he give it the thumbs down?
Hi everyone, Ed here from Shades of Vengeance. 2 years ago, we joined the Make 100 event with a simple goal: expand the Empowered universe by adding your superheroes to it. Tales of the Empowered was an outstanding success, and allowed us to publish a 74-page book with all of your stories. Now, we want to do it again.
Alright, so why did you hit the stop?
It was a recap on what was already done, and I've never even heard of this, but what I want to hear is like, I was kind of bored with the intro. They held that one like piece a little too long, and I'm a firm believer. 30 seconds. I need to know in 30 seconds what it is you're doing and what you want me to do, and then you can put in the other information if I'm interested. But I didn't see anything in there that it made me want to keep watching.
No,
sorry, guys.
It's honest, and a lot of people need to start looking at their Kickstarters when you're doing your Kickstarter. And let me see. I'm trying to figure out if I can do. I don't want to show anyone's backer information because I think that's inappropriate. But I'll try to bring up while the next video plays my Kickstarter, and I'll show you guys the screen that actually shows you how people watch your videos. And I don't think people really respect that enough, so we're going to try to look into that. And let me see. All right, so we're going to move on over here to the next one. Here's Hell's Gates. This is Gary Scott Betty's limited edition numbered art, Make 100. Let's see how Gary does.
Hang hell on your wall. Only 100 of these 18 by 24 inch art prints are available for lucky fantasy art collectors.
Hi, I'm Gary Scott Beatty, and I've been offering creepy cosmic horror through my webcomic and 3 successful Kickstarters since 2017.
Readers of my Gods of Azern illustrated stories have raved about my dynamic visions of hell, influenced by 15th century painter Hieronymus Bosch and mid-century pulp magazine cover artists. This detailed brand new art is the culmination of a lifetime study of traditional and modern illustration techniques. This special print is limited to 100, and each individual print is numbered. The large size offers me a chance to go into more detail than I ever have, depicting demons, souls, and the stark, lonely landscape of the underworld. You will receive this art print soon after the Kickstarter is successful, because Hell's Gate is now ready to send to my printer. Immediate bonus! All art print backers receive 5 full-color bookmarks just for making this print happen. I understand not everyone has wall space for a large poster. You can still enjoy my art with my writing by backing different...
All right, so why was it then? Because you were pretty good with it at a point.
Yeah, I was good with it. It just went too long for me. I have ADHD, and so the shots of the art were cool. I thought the lady smiling while she's holding like hell was pretty funny. I kind of thought that was interesting. I like Gary's work. His artwork is good. I think I would have liked to known more why he does art like hell art. Like, you know, I think that to me is more important than the books that he's holding. But yeah, I pretty much just like when he started kind of going into the business stuff, I kind of trailed off.
Can you see that? I know I'm sharing something with you. I don't know if I'm sharing this with you.
Yeah, let me see the more there.
Let's see if
it's on the Facebook.
Hold on. I think I might have to just get them to interact with each other. So that might be on my end. Because I do want to show you this tab. And I think it can get absorbed into here. Oh, wait.
Maybe you just have to screenshot it.
Well, you can see it later in the video because I can read the results to you. It's not a big deal.
Right.
So my project has, first off, it has 90 project followers, 5 converted followers, conversion rate of 5, which I'd be really upset about. But again, mine is about selling older limited edition stuff. You kind of have to expect that on a limited edition run. There are affordable tiers, but for the most part, this was meant to be the 100, something collectible. So I had project video plays. 139 people have watched my video. Only 15% have completed it, which is a horrible number until you realize my video is 8 minutes. And it's 8 minutes because it's a collector's video. Again, I go into great detail. I don't like my video. I would thumbs down my video within probably the first 70 seconds. I think the beginning, because I try to get right to the point, like you said. But after that, it's either I'll look through the rewards, because I don't need someone to talk to me about the rewards. But again, because it was a collector's thing, I went the extra 9. I wanted people to feel like I had made time to talk about it.
Well, I will say this. I went a minute and 23 seconds into Gary's video. I think I made it like 34 seconds, 35 seconds, somewhere in that frame with the other video. Yeah.
Yeah, so
34
that
seconds.
tells you. And this is mine, and just because I'm here, honestly, thumbs down at the minute you get bored, because this is not a video I'm proud of in the regards of being something marketable. This is meant, again, for a creators, for collectors. So only collectors would. When I was making this, I'm like, only a collector is going to watch this. So 15%.
I do want to clarify that I am looking at this through the eyes of a creator and a consumer, not through the eyes of a local pastor. Just so that you know, like these are not being judged by my hell's bad.
Yeah. Today at 5 p.m. for everyone still listening will be when Mark Darden's Guano Guy goes live. I just found out, so I'm passing that on. I believe he's in Pacific time now, so for us it should be soon. Actually, I don't know. I don't know where he lives anymore. It'll be sometime today. But here's my video. By all means, hit the button when you have to. I mean, the thumbs down when you have to. 10 minutes is my video.
Holy crap.
Right? I'll never do that again. Come on. Hey, everybody. Welcome to 2020. I'm super excited to be talking about the Barber Unleashed limited editions and Written Sins Comics 100s. Kickstarter has this amazing thing. They challenge creator to make things in just 100s. But guess what? I've been doing that for a long time. This is actually like a time capsule of my past creative life. It's a collectability Kickstarter. You guys are going to get stuff that haven't been seen in years, actually. I dug out of the Written Sins vault, so hopefully you guys are excited as I am. This is going to be the only time I'm going to be offering some of these things. If they don't get bought here, they go in a vault. Literally, I have a safe they're going to go into. And then that'll be the end of it until I think about it, probably in a few years. Because I've got too many titles, as you guys are going to see, so I'm trying to condense it. This video is going to be a little longer than normal. I'm going to do the elevator pitches. Wow, you got longer than I did. I was done at 10 seconds. Because I didn't get right to the point like I normally do. Usually,
you didn't get to the point, but the pictures weren't moving. I was waiting to see if there was going to be more pictures.
Yeah, I did make a mistake on that. It was supposed to be moving. The video got stopped.
You can't ask a question like that in your opening image and not do something about it.
Oh, yeah. That's true. But I did do it for the other Kickstarter. That's why. So it kind of gets answered later. But you're right. It's a mess of a video. But that's because deliberately it was meant to be a long, drawn-out video. I don't expect people... This wasn't meant to excite new fans. This was meant to talk to the older fans.
Clearly. And I'm a fan of Rob Anderson, Mr. Anderson. I'm not really into the fetish thing.
Well, remember, Advocator's part of this. So is the Monsters book. Like, you really go into it. There's everything else, but you have to have a reason. And the reason for the Kickstarter is Barber Unleashed #3 because we're releasing that. So it had to be Barber Unleashed.
I'm into your other stuff. But and I think maybe focusing on that, like I wouldn't get into knowing the other things were there.
Yeah, no, no,
because it was all about the Barb Unleashed. Maybe if you would have put in like, hey, kind of here's the vault works, and if you would have put like, hey, these 3 things or these titles is what's going in the vault, make sure you get to it, then I would have been like, oh, okay, well, bypass the 10-minute video and let me just go to that because I like the other stuff and I want to get it.
No, and that's fair. That's why I put in the written sense. I wish that you could get a title that was longer. I hate how they make us make short titles sometimes.
Yeah, I do too.
Because there's so much you want to say in that. You want to do your elevator pitch in your title section is really what you want to do.
Yeah.
And you don't need a lot for that, but they don't give enough for us to even get there. So, because for mine, it's Written Sins opens its full of the limited edition books printed all under 100 issues, and that was all I could fit. There was no room for any more words, so it's frustrating for this. But again, I'm not going to do a Kickstarter that's going to be just for collectors ever again, probably. Unless we do 100 next year. It'll be back to the quicker videos. And here's Oswald. Excuse me. Oswald Chronicles alternative covers. And again, this is probably just going to be a collector's video if I remember correctly.
Eli Isaiah. No, that's the other guy. Who's this one?
This is J.D. Calderon.
J.D. Calderon.
I think this is just music.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is J.D. Calderon, and I'm the writer and creator of the Oswald Chronicles. And today I'm bringing you the first 3 issues of Passing Queens and Making Homes. Now, some of you are probably asking, hold on, JD, didn't you already offer these books up? And the answer is yes, but this time we have all new covers by Donnie Hadawajaja with awesome colors by Carlos Moreno. But don't worry.
I'm closing it. I'm just, it's not responding. Okay, so why right there?
I was not asking the question. Haven't you already? No, I didn't. Some of but not everyone was asking that question. So I figured that if I wanted to learn more about it, I can just go click on a link or something.
That's a good point. Thank you for bringing that up. I've never in all this time ever stopped to really be about. I've heard it in my head like you, but I never mentioned that point. Like, don't ask a question that'll turn your audience off.
Yeah.
Make a statement. And I've never asked questions. I make statements. This is what it is. Continue to listen to me. Because when you do ask that question, I saw it in your face, because that's why I asked you, especially now. I saw like, no, I don't care. And you were done. That's it. You know what? I don't care why that is. I'm sorry. I'm not being mean to you. I just really don't. You've lost me in this video. I've
only got so much money, and you've got to talk me out of it.
Yeah.
And, the art, I like the art. I really do. But it's like, oh, this is just re-releasing books with... And I know it's not just a re-release of books with new covers and stuff like that, but I would have liked to hear why, I guess if I want the original... I'm like an original guy. I'm like, I want the original. I just re-released 2 of my books with new covers, and actually technically 3 of them with new covers because we put new cover elements on them. And in order to do that, I actually made some changes to the interior pages so that it's a different, so there's more stuff to get to it. And so I would probably be more interested in the alternative covers if there was some alternative facts or some other things that went along with those books too, to make them a little more special. Make them more collector than just a new cover. Because I don't buy the variants like some of these cheesemos do at the...
You know what? I recently changed my mind on a variant, and it was because 2 reasons. One, I realized why I don't like variants. It goes back to me being a kid and not being able to afford them and feeling like the companies were kind of trying to trick me out of money.
Oh, yeah.
And it left a bad feeling. And 2, the reason I've changed my mind about variants is because I had a fan who was like, you know what? I want a variant. I want something that's special between me and you that you made just for the fans that really want to support you and have something collectible that you made. And I was like, wow, I never thought of that. By not doing variants, I kind of stopped inviting them to come on a journey with me.
I don't have a problem with the variants, but I think it shouldn't just be a different cover. With a variant, I kind of almost want extra stuff. Like, hey, you're really a fan and you really care about what I'm doing. So, like, for instance, issue 5 will be done soon of Hybrids, and we're going to put that out. But before we start releasing the next arc, we're going to put all of the 5 issues that we've got into a trade. But it's not just going to be those 5 issues. It's going to be like back behind the scenes stories, kind of some of the research that we've done to kind of where the story elements come from, and these are some of our references, and this is kind of the process of over the last 10 years of kind of creating this trying to create this world. so that people that are really fans can kind of get a little bit extra. Because, and that's not because someone told me to do that. It's because that's what I would want, you know, if I get those things. You know, I love floppies. I like collecting floppies, and I'd only need one floppy to read the story. The other ones that I get, I really want to be able to have a collectible, something that's not just a new art on the cover, but something that is kind of a new piece. But that's just me. And I have variants. I have the Adrian Fernandez variants for my books. So, and I love those. They're probably my favorite covers. But
all right. Luckily, we're not on the radio, because the next one after this, I don't think could make the radio, just by that. And it's funny because it's one thing downside about the radio is that I do have to watch what I say, and sometimes, I mean, it's not totally bad. I mean, we can all be adults and not curse. I don't have to curse. I barely curse when I pitch a book, if I ever curse at all. And usually the curses are more like "damn." You know, they're like the lightweight curses. Cause I don't. You
did drop an F-bomb on one of our panels that we did recently, though. Remember
I know. I kicked myself, remember? Because I was tired. I happened to be tired. And you can see when I get tired, and I say it, and it's like before with the cherry pop thing, it's personality coming out and not paying attention for that. Because I have ADHD too, and sometimes I just click out, and when I'm clicked back in, I forget what setting I'm supposed to be on.
You know, it was an appropriate use of the word, but it was hilarious. It was hilarious because of the reaction that one of the people in the panel gave. Like, some people just like didn't even notice it, but one of them like she noticed, and she took great offense to that word.
Yep, that's my luck too. Like any other panel where no one would care, I would never have said it. But it's always when there's that one person in the room like, I was going to be a super fan, Mr. Anderson, but not now. Not with your potty mouth.
Your filthy mouth and your filthy mouth.
It's funny because, like, you're not kidding. Like, people get to know me as this indie advocate, so they've made up their mind about who I am in their mind. And I don't go on video a lot, so you hear this voice, but you don't know what to expect. And I'll go to shows sometimes, and people will come up to me, and they're legitimately, and I'm honored to say this, fans, and they'll ask me who Rob Anderson is, and they'll know me more by the indie advocate than the devil. And when they start putting together who I really am, there's a moment. There's a moment between us, like, why do you have so many tattoos? Why do you look big and mean and scary? Well, you're not the teddy bear I thought you were supposed to be, you know?
Why do you have a fetish book and a kid's book?
Yes, what the fuck is that? Why are they on the same table?
Should we be concerned? Should we be concerned?
And it was worse when it was Fetish Babies. So you have a book called Fetish Babies, and you have a child's book, but you don't want me to be concerned about you, sir. So now you know why I changed the name.
Are you friends with Epstein?
Yes, right? He hung himself out of, and his butler hung himself, and anyone who saw him hanging himself has now hung himself.
There's definitely a problem.
Everyone's hanging themselves this year.
Why are so many people getting suicided?
Yeah, right.
Let's talk about that for a second. No, let's not talk about that.
2 hours later, and Epstein didn't kill himself.
And I just want to repeat, Epstein did not kill himself.
All right, so now that our audience is like, oh my God, they went political, let's watch The Formula, Comedy and Tragedy, and see how long it survives. Luke Stone. If it plays, it would really help. There we go.
That's good.
1990s Los Angeles, home of the most notorious drug kings and heroes.
I'm digging that.
One night, first responders rushed to a fire downtown, a mission that quickly goes awry, killing the city's greatest firefighter and leaving his wife and sons in the care of his best friend and soon-to-be detective, Mark Bronson. 10 years later, Romeo and J. Jones grow into your average all-American teens.
All right, so why was it there that the disconnect?
Okay, there was too much break. I started going into the names, and I don't care about the names yet because I'm not drawn into the characters. I like the start. I like the narrator's voice. Like, that got me. I'm like, oh yeah, this sounds cool. Like he's got something to say. He had like the right tone. Like, he's got something to say, you know. And like the firefighter and the heroes and the dying, and then it started to kind of drag a little bit for me. And I'm like, you know, it almost needed to be faster paced. You know what I mean?
Oh, I definitely felt the pacing in the beginning because it felt like it restarted. There was a moment where I was like, did another video just kick up?
Yeah, yeah. And I don't. So I do this. So, and this is so I do pretty well at conventions because I have a pretty cool elevator pitch, and a lot of people ask me what I do, and here's what I do. I don't tell them anything about the characters. Zero things about the characters, but the entire story is really about the characters. But no one cares in the first few minutes of knowing me whether or not they care about the characters. They're not going to know if they care about Clarence until they read issue 1. And then they're going to decide if they care about him and his little dog, right? And then issue 2, they're going to care more, you know. And but people are going to care about the situation. I cared about the situation. And then he started getting too personal with the characters, and I don't know the characters, and I don't care what their names are. And but I care about the situation, and I would like to hear more about the situation. And I would have kept watching.
That's a fair assessment, actually. I like that because it is kind of true. It went a little too fast into people you don't know, and I think a lot of times people forget that you gotta, if you're gonna introduce someone, introduce him. Introduce him as the hero. Tell us why he's a hero. Give us a rundown. He has saved hundreds of people, blah, blah, blah. But when you're doing that stuff, isn't that what your books are supposed to be about?
Yeah.
The character development. You're right. Give me the story. Give me why I want to invest it. And I always have a golden rule. Outside of this latest video, when I go back to Kickstarter just in February for my 4th issue of Barbara Unleashed, there'll be a 60-second video. That is the goal. Yeah. Never more than 60 seconds. Because you stopped just about 50 seconds. If he had gone faster and paced it more, you would have survived more of the video and seen more of it. Because, like you said, it was the pacing. Yeah. I felt like it was just not going.
The art looks great, and I think we get to where we think we want to slow it down so people can see the art. But I can assess very quickly whether or not I'm going to like the artwork. And sometimes if I see too much of it, I might make a judgment on it that might say, oh, well, at first glance I liked it, but I don't like it now. Because I saw that maybe that foot looks a little weird, or maybe that looked a little weird. You know, and I need to do this for my own videos because some of my own videos are long and boring, and so.
Well, that's what I'm hoping this does this year, because last year we really didn't. We saw creators watch our show and go, wow, I never thought of that. And they came back and they were like, I redid the video thanks to you, and people are watching it, and they suddenly saw a spike. This became something that was helping the community. So, again, this is not meant to hurt anyone's feelings. This is honesty that you need to hear. And on this own show, when he said he was tired of listening to my video, I agreed with him. I was bored 30 seconds before he was.
Told you, I'm really good at assessing.
You're going to have to come on more often. Of course, the hate mail I'm forwarding to you, though.
That's fine. That's fine.
If you don't get hate mail, you're really not in it. You're not trying hard enough to be seen.
No. So you've got to have, here's one thing I've learned about being a pastor and an indie comic creator. You have to have rhino hide and a velvet touch. So you kind of have to have those two aspects. You got to be able to take the punishment, and you've got to have a little bit of tact with people. And so
that's fair. I absolutely think that is. But one thing that I don't think is necessarily fair is Demon Bitch, because for some reason I think this isn't going to be about fairness. For some reason, let's see what it's really about.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun one.
There is Christy Shin's Demon Bitch. All right, 3-minute video, so let's see what she's got. Let's see how long Luke goes.
Hello, it's me again, Christy Shin. If you weren't fortunate enough to participate in the last Kickstarter that I did of Demon Bitch, the Freedom Tour, well, I've certainly got a shitstorm for you folks now. Welcome to Off the Wagon, the Panhandling Tour. Yes, you can cry now. I know I certainly am. If you are a virgin to the cause, in short, Demon Bitch is a low-level demon from the 13th pit of hell where people throw their dog shit in gum wrappers. She wants to bring the second coming of Armageddon because she doesn't realize that the first one never happened. She is not smart. Anyway, remember that book by Laura Esquivel called Like Water for Chocolate? Well, it's kind of like that, except the recipes are shit and the stories are pointless and sad. Some of you might remember this asshole from my last Kickstarter, my good friend Tony Tilton. Tony has formulated some fantastically horrible drinks inspired by the one and only Demon Bitch. You may have seen our marathon drinking binge with Raw Dog of Real Deal. That was terrible too. Anyway, Like Water for Chocolate is a great book. However, this book will be a piece of shit. The newest book is entitled Demon Bitch, Alcoholics and Anonymouses, Used in Virgin. Perfect, since after my battle with a Casey Anthony pancreatic mass, I really can't drink anymore. No cancer, folks. The bitch didn't kill me, if you haven't guessed. What will be included in this book is about 90 pages of bullshit. This consists of terrible boozy recipes that are meticulously handcrafted by Tony Tilton himself, horrible fucking comics of none other than Demon Bitch and her asshole friends doing stupid, mean, pointless things, shitty sketches, and lastly, more stupid fucking fan art, which has gotten more rancid ever since I've started this piece of shit. If that's even possible. And speaking of fan art, included in the rewards for this Kickstarter are prints of renderings of Demon Bitch by none other than Mary Zorlita Bellamy and Lawrence Raw Dog Hubbard. Oh, and so you've probably been wondering, who the hell am I?
I am amazed you went that far.
Yeah.
I thought the profanity was going to get you. You're like, I can't be seen
like
watching
I said, I'm
this.
trying to take an objective approach to this. Yeah, there's a lot of profanity there. Not my subject matter, okay? But that aside, her pacing was good. She did a great job of describing what the book is and what you're getting. If I were into that, I would probably back this right away.
It's funny because you went grainy for a moment and your picture just froze. I was like, did he ghost? Did he ghost me? I'm like, oh shit, this is so bad.
Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I saw this. Yeah,
like, this is so bad. I want to watch the rest.
the self kind of
defecating.
That actually works well for this. Mm-hmm. And every time she was like, yeah, it's like that, but it's really a piece of crap. You know, I'm like, okay, that's kind of funny. She put some well-placed jokes in there, and she said enough about herself with like the whole cancer thing that I'm like, hey, way to go. Good on you, kind of thing. But then when she kind of started getting more into about herself, I was like,
Do you know that was the longest you watched any of the videos?
Yeah. And I was surprised because I didn't think I was going to. I mean, every time.
You can see him go over the
my living room watching this on my phone, I wouldn't have made it past the first F-bomb.
I'm corrupting. This is all going to be my fault now.
No,
the indie devil brought on.
I'm trying to give this an honest critique. For her mark, I feel like she did a pretty good video. It's half as long as it needs to be.
Yeah, you know me. 1 minute. I think she could have landed.
Wrap that up in a minute 30. But she paced it well. There was a lot going on there.
Yeah.
I instead of like this whole like in there, she could just be like, okay, here it is. Back it. Don't back it. I don't care.
I would have liked that. I wonder if that's how she does it. So, all right, that's it, Luke. We're done. I gotta go pick up Jax. You made it through. You're our first guest to go through this. Everyone after you will be like, as long as I just watch a video longer than Luke or finish one, I'll be good. You've set the standard so low that no one can do worse.
You've got to catch me in 30 seconds, dude.
Yeah, but it's true. It is. Yeah. I say that all the time. One day I'll wind up being on the video and I'll have Chuck run it, and you'll see how bad it is for me. Like, there'll be people who are my friends. I told you, my own video, 10 seconds, I was like, done. It's like, who is this ass?
Yeah, I'm like, Rob, whatever you do not judge my video.
When you go to Kickstarter, Luke?
Not yet.
Luke's like, I might not do a video now. Now that I know Rob's doing this, nope.
It might make my video real quick. It's like, hey, this is what it's about. Back it or don't back it. I don't care.
Yeah. Here it is. Here's my book. Rob, screw you. This is a good video. Screw you, man.
I'm gonna get that guy from the Micro Machines to come out.
Unfortunately, he
Tell
died.
me about the book. Did you get it? You didn't? Okay, we got to read it to get it. So
he died. That was very sad. You can get Eminem though. He's still around and he's not doing anything except beating up Nick Cannon.
Eminem, yeah.
All he does is now beat up Nick Cannon. Now there goes the hate. Nick Cannon's not losing. He's winning that war. I don't care, kids. Just save your hate mail. It doesn't matter to me.
Pop culture is stupid.
Yeah, you and your what is his name, Mahoney, the guy who supposedly discovered Ozzy. someone read a book that was printed before 2020. Just kids, do it.
You can't trust anything that anybody said post 2016.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing that I know is that I still miss Harambe. That's all I know.
That's it. That's the end of the show.
That's when things started going downhill, Rob. When they killed Harambe, it all went down the drain.
It's true. Trump got elected after that, so what can I do? I mean, the man speaks facts. There are planes being blown out of the air. I can't argue his logic. Look, can we bring him back? Is there a way to bring him back no normalcy?
Harambe. Like 5 volcanoes this last week erupted.
I know, right? And earthquakes in Puerto Rico.
Earthquakes
all the
everywhere,
time.
Man. They had like 1,000 earthquakes. I read in an article.
Yeah,
it might not have been true though.
No. In San Francisco, they have one like every day. They were saying, but they're tiny little fault ones. What we need is the really big one to get rid of all those people taking away my straws.
Yeah, you know what? I kind of feel like maybe the Earth is just trying to kick us off.
I wouldn't blame it.
You've had a good go here, but it's time to get out.
It's like a dog, like getting rid of the fleas, shaking.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, in the spaceships, we're done. Well, this has been another positive episode of IndieAdvocates.com, where we make you actually think twice about showing up for the next episode. But we will see you back next week, and we will be judgmental as hell. Thank you for being part of it. Luke, tell them where they can follow you, kidding around aside.
All right, go to LukeStoneStudios.com. You can follow me Twitter at Luke Stone Studio, or find me on Facebook. Just look up Luke Stone Studios. I'm right there too. Go ahead and check out Hybrids, the Sons of Gods, issues 1 through 4, available right now at www.starcrosscomics.com. Thanks, Rob.
All right, thanks for being on. Hang on 1 second so I can properly say goodbye. But for you in the audience, this is your stop. Thank you for being part of it. Go to the voting, go to the awards and vote. And if you have a complaint, you can send it to me at the following email. You send it to